Hi Aries, welcome to special reading, a life path reading using the tarot. And this is for February and March of 2019. And just to let you know, I do these types of readings with your astrological chart for clients, and I'm going to provide links below for that type of reading. And it's really, I think, helpful. It can be career related a lot of the times, but it can be that you're at a crossroads in your life and you just want some kind of sign, if you will. And even with these general readings on YouTube, you never know. Maybe there's something that will confirm what you've already kind of been going towards. And, you know, I hope to do that for you, but just obviously remember this is a general reading. So let's see what we got here. And I will talk about what each position means when I get there. That's what I always do. Oops. All right. So this is the situation at hand for you in your life, and this is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords can indicate that you are thinking of relocating. And obviously, when you're relocating, this is an opportunity to perhaps have a whole new world open up to you or for you. And maybe it's just something that you've been debating about in your mind. Usually Aries people are pretty willing to like kind of go out on a limb and do something, even if they've never been to a place, just like, you know, move there and they haven't researched it. I mean, you're pretty brave and adventurous, and I could see you totally doing something like that. The thing I want to just bring up about the Six of Swords is that you may be getting away from a situation that is very, you know, inharmonious in some way, whether it's a relationship or your business. I mean, if you work for somebody else and you just want to get away from that environment. And I did have another card here, the Five of Wands, which is about that too, about that conflict. And even though Aries people don't shy away from conflict, you may just be tired of negativity around you. You're a very positive person, actually. And you really believe that there's no reason that people can't have positive attitude. And if you're surrounded by negative energy, I could see you wanting to get away from that. So the next three cards are steps you can take in order to make things happen in a different direction. The first one is the Two of Swords, which is making a choice. So this may mean that you are on the crossroads, as I said, deciding whether or not you want to move. And, you know, the Six of Swords can be a card of relocation. So you may be saying to yourself, I want to physically leave where I am, but you still have other reasons why you're not so sure that's a good idea. What I would say is asking yourself, what is the motivation for leaving? If you're just leaving because you're bored, you know, because Aries people tend to get bored very easily. But what can happen, unfortunately, is that because you're like a catalyst, you know, you're a cardinal sign, you're the first sign of the zodiac, you're a fire sign. Fire signs are very energetic, and so Aries people love newness, new relationships, new experiences. The problem with that mentality, or that it's actually, you know, part of your personality, is that it can cause you to just go from one thing to the next, especially if you have Gemini, like a moon in Gemini. Oh my goodness, then you're really off to the races a lot. But it can it can be like you leave things half undone. Okay? That's not a correct term. Just like you leave things undone. Okay? Half finished. And then you never really finish what you start. Okay? And yes, I mean, some people are better starters than finishers, but you don't want to be one of those people that never completes whatever it is that you've set out to do, because then you end up being frustrated over lack of accomplishment, because it's like you always become bored when things become routine. So my advice to you, if you're like the kind of person who seems to move around a lot, and if the Six of Swords is indicating that you're getting restless again and you want a new location, is that you try to parlay a career into that move. So in other words, you can be a digital nomad where you have your own business and you can live wherever you want. And there are certainly locations in the world where it is cheaper to live. You know, it's so hip now to live in Bali, to live in, you know, in Indonesia, in Thailand, in some of these Southeast Asian countries. I know people sometimes live in Vietnam because they can live on the cheap. And I've been wondering, like, is it going to start, the price is going to start going up because so many Westerners are moving there and living there. But in any case, at least now it is, you can live like a king or queen, for relatively small amount of money. So that might be a better fit for you than to live someplace and settle down, in theory at least, and have all this stuff, have a lease, start a new job where it's in a physical location, and then you get that urge to move again. And so the other thing too about this is, like I'm talking about perhaps having an online business, but you can also teach English as a second language, and then you can do that in different countries if you want. There are different things you can do where you can mix travel and your career, and then you don't have to worry about you can live very much in that kind of state of mind of the traveler. But if you have children, for instance, or a spouse, and you have to settle down, then it's really a mental thing for you. You have to find something that is so compelling that it's going to keep your interest, and make that your job, that you're going to do that, so that you don't have this constant mental restlessness where you just want to, or even physical restlessness. I think a lot of Aries people can be quite hyperactive in the sense that they always have to be doing something physical. And, get your energy out through exercise so that you're not like, just kind of like feeling mentally restless, and I'm sure that you can, and if this is also with your relationships, is picking a person who is interesting enough that you are constantly, I was going to say entertained by them, but I don't mean just entertained but fascinated by the way that their mind works, by the way that they carry themselves, that you're not just like, it's not just a one-dimensional relationship that you get tired of within, a short period of time. The next step is the Five of Wands, which may be that you have to ruffle a few feathers. Maybe there's changes that you need to make in your life, and there are people that are trying to pressure you not to make those changes. And, it feels weird to say that to an Aries person, because typically you're not afraid of conflict, because this is a card that can be about conflict. This is also a card about getting in the fray. Now, I see this as healthy competition. Perhaps you need to make a decision about something, that connects with a new choice that you're making. But you also need to kind of go all in. Maybe you are a little bit reticent about something that you really want to do, and you don't think that you have what it takes. And, you know, people think Aries people are brave, and I think that they are, but Aries people are human, and it could be that you do have a part of you that questions whether or not you have what it takes to do something, and you might just need to get in the fray and just show what you've got. And maybe this has something to do with an entrepreneurial thing, because the wands can be like that. And maybe with the Six of Swords, you're relocating to sell a product somewhere else, and there is competition. Don't let that be a daunting thing. You use other people as your ability to you know, push yourself further and better yourself. Not, you know, being intimidated because other people are in your line of work or what have you, but use them as inspiration. And the third step is this Ten of Cups. This is actually, I don't know if this is a step or just simply letting you know that this is a great time for you. And actually, you know, it's funny because I was thinking of, for some reason, I was thinking of Jupiter being in Sagittarius. Maybe it's because this trines your sun, which trines are, you know, the easiest thing to manifest because there's no, I mean, it's just like green lights all the way. It's very easy. And the thing is that Sagittarius is your 9th house, so you have Jupiter in your 9th house. Obviously, this is kind of a general thing. It does depend on your sun or rising in Aries. But, you know, Jupiter is the planet of luck and expansion in its own house. And it does also favor foreign travel or travel far away. So, this is like the Ten of Cups is like the pot at the end of the rainbow, happily ever after. So it's also the card of marriage. So that may be something on your to-do list. Maybe you are making a lot of changes. I wouldn't be surprised because as a cardinal sign, Uranus being in your sign, and then you've got the squares to Pluto and things like that going on for you. There's some, you know, square to transiting Saturn. But you do have this, with Uranus, that's another catalyst for change. And Uranus will be in your sign until, I believe, March 6th. So it's in this time frame. And the Ten of Cups can be perhaps that you're experiencing what you want, you know, this sense of fulfillment, the sense of happiness. And the number 10 can connect to family. So this is family joy, and also to a completion, like the end of a cycle. So you may have gone through a bit of a test, and you've passed with flying colors, Aries, and now it's time to enjoy, you know, reap that harvest and enjoy it. So if you want to talk about steps, I'd say it's to just accept the blessings. And the outcome is connected to the Moon card. And the Moon card is a spiritual card, a card of intuition. It can be, you know, sometimes maybe it's a timing card of like, okay, what is happening in February and March in terms of moon signs that may have some impact on you. The first thing that I think of is in March, there will be a full moon in Libra happening. There's actually going to be 2 full moons in Libra, so these will both be hitting your opposite house, the 7th house of committed partnership. You know, 2 of them, one at 0 degrees happening in March and one at 29 degrees happening in April. So, I mean, this is pretty unusual. I've been doing these readings for over 3 years, almost 4 years. And I haven't seen that kind of, I mean, I've seen blue moons, but I mean, to have the 0 and then the 29th, the first and the last degree, I mean, that's phenomenal. I think it has to mean something for all of us. And so this could be the first one that is in this time frame of March at 0 degrees of Libra in your opposite house, new beginnings with partnerships, even though it's ending, you know, it's like bringing to completion something, but or also bringing to fruition something. So this could be even a card of marriage too, where it's like you have decided to join forces with someone and you know that this person is right for you. I do want to say that on the date of this March full moon, it's on March 20th. And this is the astrological new year. So this is your solar return at 0 degrees of Aries. So this is happening in the northern hemisphere the first day of spring. So that feeling of new beginnings that is really prevalent when we enter into that vernal equinox is so symbolic of new beginnings. And definitely with the astrological new year, it's the beginning of the universal chart. So this could be, and this is your birth month, or well, I should say your solar return period. So that, you know, happy birthday to those of you who are born in March. You will be feeling that sense of renewal anyhow. Okay, that's what I have for you, Aries. I hope that some of this at least resonated with you, and good luck to you in this the next couple of months. Take care. Bye.